In 2018, former U.S. President Donald Trump launched a trade war. Tariffs slammed Canada's economy. Steel, aluminum, agriculture all took massive hits. Billions were at stake. Factories froze. Jobs disappeared. Canada stood on the brink of economic disaster. But something unexpected happened. One by one, countries across the globe stepped in, not with sympathy, but with solutions. Today, we reveal the top 10 countries that saved Canada from collapse and how they did it. Number 8 will absolutely surprise you. This is not just about trade. It's about survival, global unity, and Canada's biggest diplomatic comeback in decades. Let's dive in. Number 10. Mexico. Despite Trump's efforts to fracture North America, Mexico and Canada stood strong. After NAFTA was scrapped, both nations worked closely on the new USMCA deal. But beyond politics, Mexico quietly ramped up trade with Canada, especially in auto parts, agriculture, and electronics. This unexpected alliance kept Canadian factories running and stabilized cross-border supply chains when they were needed the most. Number 9. Germany. As one of Europe's biggest economies, Germany recognized opportunity amid crisis. When U.S. tariffs cut Canadian access to American markets, Germany increased imports of Canadian metals, tech, and energy. Through the EU-Canada trade deal, CETA, Germany provided a stable market for Canadian exports. Machinery, software, and industrial parts kept moving, keeping thousands of jobs alive. Number 8. China. Despite political tensions, China saw potential in Canada's natural resources. When the U.S. cut imports of Canadian aluminum and soybeans, China stepped in. It ramped up purchases of lumber, agriculture, and rare earth minerals. Ironically, while China and Canada clashed diplomatically, trade between them helped Canada weather the storm. Number 7. India. India needed energy and agriculture. Canada needed trade partners. Together, they made it work. Canada boosted exports of uranium, lentils, and fertilizer, while India opened up to Canadian tech, education, and clean energy sectors. This growing partnership provided a critical cushion as U.S. tariffs disrupted traditional flows. Number 6. South Korea and Canada already had a free trade agreement. But after the U.S. tariffs hit, the relationship went into overdrive. South Korea increased imports of Canadian beef, seafood, and especially high-tech components. From semiconductors to software, this partnership helped Canada's innovation sector find new life in Asian markets. Number 5. Japan. Japan didn't just import Canadian goods. It invested in Canada's future. Japanese firms backed major LNG projects in British Columbia and committed to long-term hydrogen partnerships. With U.S. energy markets tightening, Japan offered Canada a reliable and long-term alternative, building a foundation for decades to come. Number 4. United Kingdom. After Brexit, the UK needed trade deals. Fast. Canada seized the moment. The UK-Canada Trade Continuity Agreement locked in billions in trade, from maple syrup and seafood to finance and tech services. Britain's pivot opened huge doors for Canadian exporters who were blocked from their traditional U.S. markets. Number 3. France. France leaned into its deep ties with Canada, especially Quebec. Through the EU-Canada Trade Pact, France increased imports of Canadian wines, meats, and tech. But more than trade, it was solidarity. Cultural ties and mutual trust gave Canadian exporters a clear path into European markets. Number 2. Saudi Arabia. Even after diplomatic tensions, business resumed. Saudi Arabia restarted massive energy and defense deals with Canada, injecting billions into sectors facing downturns. From oilfield services to manufacturing, these deals were controversial, but undeniably crucial for Canada's economy. Number 1. Australia. Australia may be far in distance, but politically and economically, it stood shoulder to shoulder with Canada. As fellow Commonwealth nations, they expanded trade in clean energy, mining, and education. Australia doubled down on buying Canadian resources and tech, and in return, opened new Pacific trade pathways for Canadian companies desperate to diversify. Beyond the US, when Trump's tariffs hit, Canada faced an economic storm. But thanks to smart diplomacy, old friendships, and unexpected partnerships, Canada didn't just survive. It adapted, it diversified, and it grew stronger. These 10 countries showed the power of international cooperation when it mattered most. Which one surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful global stories.